Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a full restoration on my 4Runner doors. I know that that's kind of a weird statement to say. That's a lot of money to put in one place. But when you have a nice door and it opens, no creaking, it's solid, it's got insulation, the door handle is new, the door locks are new, it just feels so good to enter inside your car. It's almost like hopping in a brand new car. And it also complements a brand new paint. These right here are my old door panels. They're not in really bad condition. There's a couple scuffing down here, but I just thought it was time to get something new and have a little fun project on the car. So here are the new ones. These are looking pretty nice. They're not an exact OEM replacement. The OEM ones have little threads here, like they're sewn together, and the quality, I guess, just is better in different places. This one has a stronger backboard, so I don't really have to worry about, you know, kicking or punching it too much, but just the quality of the vinyl, stitching and whatnot, maybe not the same. Also, the OEM one has two different pieces of vinyl stuck together, whereas this one, I think it's just painted, or it just comes like this. And you're probably thinking, well, you said this is a full door restoration, new door panels. That's not really full door restoration. Well, I got everything else too, and it cost me a good chunk of change, but it's gonna feel so good hopping in. And I keep on seeing these videos. I don't know, it's just like a trend lately. Some girl says, what is it, like Mercedes G-Wagon, and then they close the door and then it's like a nice shut.
Mercedes.
But what we're gonna try to do is see if we can get some of that feeling in a 4Runner. So G-Wagon style, we need it to be luxurious, so we've got some kill mat here. We've got some butyl tape for the plastic on the inside. We've got a brand new OEM door handle. We've got some Solex locks. I couldn't get the originals, so these will have to do, and they look pretty sweet with the gold highlights there. I don't even have to do an engine swap, but I just put these bad boys on there, and then they think it's engine swap because it says twin cam series. I would like to get these without the twin cam series, but that's all they sell now, so I'll be lying a little bit. And right here are new Toyota OEM door handles, and this is an aftermarket outer. I kind of did some price checking, and these door handles, some of the aftermarket ones don't fit right or don't open right, so I just decided to get an OEM one. But the outer, it doesn't really serve a function other than looks, so we got an aftermarket one there, and we got the OEM little lock unlock button down here. Also got new clips for the interior door panel, and over here we've got, now that is not the way it's supposed to be. I know you're thinking it's a nice new feature, a little mirror on the crank window, but that's just a film. And over here we've got brand new reproduction door handles. So we've got the whole shebang, along with the paint. I mean, these doors are going to be functioning and looking brand new. First things first, I'll show you guys what I've done so far. I just pretty much just took it off. I was doing some modeling and just doing some checking it out, some stuff before the video. So we'll check it out right now, and the first thing that we're gonna have to do is install the kill mat. So here's what the door looks like right now. We're gonna fix this creaking noise. Or I don't know what's creaking. It was creaking earlier, just because I put the video on, it stopped. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna be replacing all the things on the door. So we'll be replacing the door handle, inner door handle, the outer door handle, and then the lock over there. After that, we'll put the kill mat in. Put the butyl tape on, put the plastic on, and then we can put the interior door panel on. And it's gonna be looking really good because the rest of my interior looks pretty sweet. And then after all that's done, we can compare a brand new insulated door versus an original OEM style with no insulation. It's just straight metal. I mean, this thing, I'm pretty much touching the outside of the car. It's so thin. It's gonna be nice. I already kill matted the floor if you didn't see that in another video. And all the interior has been replaced for better look interior. I got all the rare parts, double stack center console. We've got the Preserve Rad, new vents in there, new reproduction stickers also found on Preserve Rad. These shift decals on Preserve Rad. So we've got a pretty restored interior. And this is gonna be one of the big changes. The reason why I wanted to swap this out is just because it makes a little bit of noise, and I know I could put some grease or some WD-40, but it's also showing its age. So while parts last, I might as well get a brand new one because soon these will be out of stock. Then I'll just be stuck with whatever's in the car. So I will prop you guys over here and this should give a good angle. And let's get to taking this bad boy off. And as a car installer that usually has stuff go wrong in the process, it works the first try, and that was probably the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Hopefully these things are also as easy. And just like that, it is done. The new Solex kit came with the new C-clamp and the plastic little bracket in there, and it is snug in there. And from the outside, that's what it looks like. It looks a lot better than the stock lock. It's nice and black, matches the tone of the car with the black door handles and the black grille. And I guess if I had a chrome car with the chrome door handles and the chrome grille and the chrome rear bumper and everything like that, it would look a little bit worse, but just like that, fits like new, or works like new. The only issue is that there's a lot of play from one side to another, but I guess that is expected. But it does work, as you can see. The myth is that these locks are supposed to keep people out, but when I can just do this and reach around like this and then unlock the car, it really doesn't do much, but they do look a lot better. And the key, don't copy it, don't steal my car, but the key looks a lot nicer and you know, fits in there a lot snugger. And the last thing that I want to change out before putting the kill mat in is this door handle. You might be thinking, why would I want to replace this? The seal up here, it's getting a little bit old, getting a little bit faded. There's a little bit of overspray from the paint, and it's just not as black as this one right here. This one's immaculate. And another thing, this is gonna get you all, because if you want a really, really nice car, look at this. So this door handle right here has a lot of play. Wait for it to focus. Pull it here, all of that does not open the door at all, and then from there to here is where the door opens. This one, on the other hand, doesn't have any play, and as soon as you try to pull this up, the spring starts to load. So although that this is not broken, if we're gonna make this car a little bit nicer and newer, we've got to get rid of that play. Like I said, while the parts are in stock, you might as well buy them, because once they go out of stock and these resellers try to get a hold of them and they try to sell this thing for, you know, $300, no way I'm doing that. So I might as well do it now while it's cheaper. A nice thing that Toyota did was they have this little plug here, and it goes right to the hole for the outside door handle. And so the brand new one is in. The only difference I saw versus the new one and the old one is this one has a blue thing, blue little plastic lip, and that one has a yellow. I don't know when they updated the colors, but I guess it was needed. As you can see, there's no more play now. As soon as I open this, the door opens. So yeah, pretty excited about that. It looks brand new with everything else new on the outside. Now the last two things are done, and it really does spruce up the outside of the car versus, hold that thought, the other side. This lock is like busted. It only works half the time, and this thing's kind of getting faded. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, but we're doing it one side at a time so we can see the difference. So here's the kill mat. This is supposed to insulate the door, have less sound coming in, especially when the metal is that thin on an old car. This will definitely help. It's already cut up and it comes on Amazon. I think it was like 80 bucks, and this is enough to do 2 doors. I think this is enough to do the whole underside of my car up to the bed. So I just bought another pack, and we're gonna put it in the doors, probably put it on the sides too eventually, but just for now, since I'm redoing the doors, I might as well get everything done all the way so I never have to touch the damn door again, and it just looks pretty. Another really cool thing that this stuff does is it keeps all the heat or AC inside. So I'm not sure that it's gonna do too much, but hopefully it keeps my car a little bit cooler or a little bit hotter, depending on, I guess, if I hop in it and it's really hot or if it's really cool. And that is what it's going to look like before you roll it down with these suckers, and that really just keeps it in place. But one thing that I want to check before I do all that, and it's really hard to take off, I want to grab a window crank, put it on there, and make sure the window still can roll down. It looks like it can. Now, I'm just gonna check to see if there's any peeling. I heard a little something something, but it looks like it is all still there and intact. So now let's push it down. Alrighty guys, so it's a couple days later. It got dark that day, and then it got hot, and then it got wet, and then I ran out of buckaroos. So I got more of them, and I bought the last thing that I needed, which was some plastic clear sheeting so that I could put it in the inside of the door. Make sure none of the water gets from the outside into the seal and into my car. So we get some 3 mil. I think that should be good enough, and I think we should be able to finish this today. So right here is the butyl tape that will stick the plastic sheeting to the inside of the car. So I'm gonna try to install this. It looks a little bit thicker than what I used to have, but if not, I'll just cut it in half, and then we'll have twice as much. So I got the plastic on, I cut it around, fits the door well. And one thing I forgot to do that I had to take this whole thing off and do off camera because I was like, oh crap, was I had to grease all of the window crank mechanism so that it's nice, smooth, and I don't have to do this again for a while. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with an X-Acto knife and just cut out the crank, the door handle, and these two. And I think we should be able to put the door on because everything is looking really, really good. All right guys, so this is a moment of truth. Everything is done, everything is punctured, everything is good. I can wipe that off, don't worry about that. Up here, I put the little bracket that goes on it from the factory. And hopefully if I cut it right, it should line up there, clip in, and the thing should be looking brand new in no time. Alrighty guys, so I'm trying a new method, and this might work a lot better for you guys if you're trying to do the same thing. I don't know yet. I will let you know if I actually ruin this door. But there's this metal bar, and it's supposed to go in here, and I'm supposed to wrap this around there, and then it's supposed to go back inside. That turned out to be a big pain in the ass because you have to measure it properly to get them to fit, and precisely, not just properly, precisely too, and it was becoming time consuming. So I'm gonna try this method. Hopefully this works. I cut a little slit in the top of the door panel, and then I just plopped them in there, and as you can see, they are clipped in, and it is holding it in. And then after I put the window seal in, hopefully that will push this down, and then it'll be good to go. And I won't have to sit out here for hours measuring and cutting slowly, measuring, cutting slowly. Because that's always the boring part. Okay guys, so after about an hour since I last saw you guys, I got this in and I got this in. This was a pain in the ass. I actually had to take the door off. There's a bolt about right here that you have to unscrew, take this vent window off. There's 3 screws up here, and I had to move this out of the way just to get to it. But I'm pretty happy with the results. The vinyl could be pushed up a little bit more to make it a little bit more tight. But I mean, how much work I put into it, I mean, just a little bit. So it's not gonna bug me too much, but it's looking good. Now we're gonna put the door surround on, the crank window seals, and this thing, and this door should be all done. So here we are guys, the final product right here. It is missing this thing right here. For some reason it just does not want to stay on. Also I cut a little too much, so when it's down, let's see if I can, you can barely see. Hopefully I can push it up or find one that's a little bit larger. The new handles are a little bit too foamy, so you can see them squishing right there. But it is pretty nice. They're a little soft. I don't know how long they'll last. This kind of is pushed out a little bit, so I think it's because the door is a little bit too thick, and the replacement knobs I got have a little chrome thing for styling. So yeah, I mean, it looks halfway decent. This is the side profile right here, and that's the side profile over there. All right guys, so it is finally done, and I'm gonna show you the difference between the driver's side door, the one that I completely redid, and the passenger side over here. And let's see if I actually did anything, made it nicer, made the door more solid, the shutting noise, I guess, better in a way, or if it's just a waste of money and it's the same thing. Because I mean, these door panels, they've got a couple holes in them, but they're in pretty good condition. They just kind of look like, obviously I took something off up there, so don't worry about that, but the rest of it, it's nice. And I just felt like, you know, it could be better. So we're gonna do a shutting noise from the outside, shutting noise from the outside on that one, and then we'll do the inside and see if there's any difference with noise of shutting. I'm not gonna be able to drive it because I'm doing some work in the engine, so we'll have to wait to hear if the sound deadening did anything. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I had to 3D print this little thing because the one that I bought did not work, completely different, and I could not find a replacement on the internet, so I had to make it my own. Plus I cut a little bit too much on this vinyl right here, so I had to make this one a little bit wider, but it works great, it stays in there, and I'm happy with it. All right, let's go from the outside first. This is the sound that it makes from the driver door. Toyota. Pretty good. And this is the passenger. Toyota. If there's a difference, I can't really tell. So the sound deadening didn't make the door shut more solid, but the doors were pretty solid already. Now, one thing that is completely different is the key. When I push this in, there's a little spring that pops this bad boy out of the way, and it's a nice lock and unlock. On the other side, that spring is busted. As you can see, it's not even there, and you just kind of stick it in. It moves a lot. It's, you know, just not nice. So I'm pretty happy with the Solex locks. That is a nice solid thud. I'm liking that. Let's see how this one sounds. Yeah, that one is also solid. I guess the sound deadening did not do anything to make that, like, I don't know, Mercedes G-Wagon sound. But still has a nice thud to it. And overall, I'm happy with it. This car is coming out really well. I've got new I mean, this whole car has been changed up, and I'm loving every minute of it. I love to drive it, and if you want more restoration videos like this, door pan, I mean, like, they're not the coolest things, but they are just so satisfying once they're done. I've got a lot more rare parts to add to this one and my A86 Corolla inside. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below, leave a comment, and join the Discord down below where we play video games and talk about cars. And I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.